Now, one thing that does confuse students is the notation talking about end behaviors. So let me show you this, because I know in the quiz it's got a couple of questions asking questions about stuff like this. When they say x goes to infinity, and then they finish it up with f of x goes to infinity, this is telling you what's happening at the end of the graph, all right? So what they mean by this is, keep in mind, this is the x-axis and that's the y-axis. Y's go up and down like yo-yos. The x-axis, this says as x gets bigger. Well, remember that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Infinity is way out here on the right. So this is saying as x goes to the right, your picture, your function goes up, because positives on the y's are up. So what this is simply saying is the right-hand side goes up. If they say x goes to infinity as f of x goes to negative infinity, that's saying kind of the opposite. They're saying as x gets bigger, so as x goes to the right, your function goes down. So it would look something like that. Now, the other part of that, of course, is, excuse me, let me change my fancy piece of paper and try not to knock off my camera. If they tell you x goes to negative infinity as f of x goes to infinity, what that is telling you is that as x gets really small, remember that's -1, -2, -3, negative infinity, this notation, x goes to negative infinity, is just simply saying on the left side, the picture on the left side, this says the graph gets big. That's just a fancy way of saying the graph goes up on that side. And over here, if they say x goes to negative infinity as f of x goes to negative infinity, that is simply saying as you go to the left, because x gets really small that way, f of x goes to negative infinity, it's going down like that. Okay? So, here's what you need to understand. All right? So just making sure you understand that notation. If I tell you, sketch a function, and they give you this information, as x goes to infinity, f of x goes to, negative infinity. Hold on, I'm teaching my class, baby. X goes to negative infinity as f of x goes to positive infinity. So in order to sketch that function, and it's a polynomial function, it simply says as x gets bigger, so let's go in this direction, f of x goes down. So we know it's going like that. And as x gets smaller, so as x goes to the left, f of x gets bigger. So like that. So we would simply need to connect that, and that is a function I have connected, a polynomial function that I've connected that fits those two categories. Now obviously with this kind of qualifications, it had to be an odd function because one side's up, one side's down. If it was even, they'd either both be up or both be down. Hey, Jeff.
Why was your marker?
Hold on. I'm teaching, I'm using your marker, but I'm teaching a class. Sorry about that. And then the other thing that you can tell is because looking at the right-hand side, since it's going down, the leading coefficient had to be negative.